And we are live. What's good, people? It's your man, DL Saints. It's Monday. I hope y'all had a good weekend. What's up with y'all? Welcome to the I Really Want to Know podcast. You know what I mean? That is for y'all making it through the weekend. Doing it big. Yeah. Hope y'all doing good. I hope your Monday is treating you well. Monday's treating me all right. I'm just sitting here chilling, relaxing. Over the weekend, here in Tampa Bay, there was the Tampa Bay Comic Convention, which is Tampa Bay's version of Comic-Con. I was there. I got to meet up with the Critical Drinker. Brother named Will Jordan is his real name. He's author. I think he has made some film. I think he's a screenwriter as well, but people know him as the Critical Drinker. He is on YouTube. He is really good at critiquing films. Like he's a film critic. He is really good. He knows his craft. I suggest you go over there and check him out. The Critical Drinker on YouTube. Give him a subscribe. Check out what he's doing over there. He's extremely funny, right? So shout out to you, Brother Will. Thanks for letting me hang out and pick your mind about this YouTube world and what's going on in Hollywood and all that good stuff. Cool, brother. Was even nice enough to subscribe to my channel, which I thought was pretty cool. Gave me a lot of, he just helping the brother out. Candace M, what's good? Good afternoon. Thanks for coming through. Thanks for being here. And good afternoon to you too, Miss Sandy B. Laws in the house. What's good? Thank you guys for popping in. So today, what am I going to be talking about? Well, I'm going to be talking about Brother Andrew Tate. He has taken over the internet completely. You can't do nothing on YouTube or Instagram or what's the other one? TikTok. He's everywhere. And shout out to him. I have met Brother Tate, hanging out with my people down in Miami. I was in studio while he was filming with Fresh and Fit. Real cool guy. And it's to me, I don't find it a miraculous thing that he took over the internet. I've actually talked to the brother. I know what's up. I call him a brother. I call everybody, brothers and sisters, but Andrew Tate was born in America. His father's black. Andrew's black. His mom is English. His dad, black guy. He started in the Midwest and they wound up moving to London where he pretty much grew. I think he moved over there at 10. So when I call him a brother and when you see him, like, man, that's a white guy. Like, no, he's not. No, he's not. Not in this country anyway. But cool people. Miss AKA Lady, what's good? What's good? Good to see you. Thanks for coming through. Hope y'all had a good weekend. Thank y'all for the support, though. Real talk. Thank y'all for the support. Anybody who's messed around in YouTube and is trying to do this thing, they realize pretty quick that this ain't no joke. This is no joke. Like the stuff that we're doing here is no joke. It's a lot of work, and I appreciate you guys coming out and supporting. I mean, just like trying to get the audio right, right? Because I'm in my loft and the ceilings are high, and I can hear echoes sometimes, and just doing that, getting the audio right, trying to take care of the tech stuff, all the time that goes into figuring stuff out, calling people, getting advice from folks. And one of the people I talk to a lot, Suzette Speaks, who's on vacation. And shout out to Suzette doing her thing. I know she did something for her Patreon members. Even when you're on vacation, you're still thinking about this. So shout out to her. Nigerian Flex in the house. You know what I mean? Dallas, what's good? What's good with you, brother? I see y'all making things happen with Cornerstone. You know what I mean? Keep making it happen, man. Rock that out. So back to what I was talking about. People are talking about Andrew Tate. Where did this guy come from? He's taking over the internet. That's all everyone's talking about. All the YouTubers are talking about it. Even mainstream media is starting to ask questions about this guy. Who is this guy? What has he done? It's unheard of what he's done. But if you have listened to this man, you will understand what he is doing and what he has done. It's not surprising at all. And I'm gonna stretch this out over a few videos, a few episodes to really delve into what he has done. There's a lot of content out there with Brother Tate, and if you pay attention, he basically put the blueprint out almost a year ago as to how he moves and how he thinks, and it's just one of those guys. Brother O is in the house. South Africa, what's good, brother? I challenge Brother O to make $10 or the equivalent to $10 in his currency. He's in South Africa, and he actually made 18. Shout out to you, bro, for making that happen. I know it's hard. You know what I mean? He stayed in touch, been hitting me up on Instagram. I've been kind of jumping back at him. I'm proud of you, bro. But now you see what it takes. It's a lot of work. It's hard. Ain't no shortcuts. Ain't no cheat codes. The only way to get there is to push forward and break through. It's the only way to get there. Right? And when you get there, you got to keep pushing, because this is a long way. The more you make, the more you realize you can make, if that makes sense. So you break through, you're like, oh, I made this much. Then you get there and you look around like, man, this ain't nothing. I need to make even more, which means I have to work even harder. And then once you get to a certain point, you're like, now you're worried about, well, how do I keep this? Right? Because you start making big bread, people take it from you. But shout out to you, brother, for doing what you was doing. You know what I mean? I got to give you a clap on that. I gave you a challenge. You took the challenge. You pushed forward and you succeeded. Mission accomplished. Good for you. Good for you. So keep doing it. Don't stop. Brother Vikings in the house. That's what's going on. How you feeling, brother? Thanks for popping in here. You know what I mean? I appreciate it. I really do. Everyone who comes through and supports. Yeah, throw a like in there and then ask your friends to subscribe. I'm trying to get monetized, y'all. I'm over 450 subscribers. I'm so happy. We're pushing forward. We're making it happen. We need 1,000 subscribers. We're almost halfway there. Need 4,000 view hours and almost halfway there as well. So we're getting there. We're ticking along. And once we hit these numbers, everyone is in this chat. Now I'm going to be giving you a wrench, right? So hopefully you guys keep coming. You'll be able to mod it up and help a brother out, because the haters are going to come, y'all. With success comes hater. I can't wait till I get to that point where I have actual haters and I can sit back and I can watch my people go out there and do battle. You know what I mean? And you know what I mean? Like, give people timeouts or whatever that is they do in the chats and all that, and kick them out. I can't wait for all that. And I appreciate that. Candace M. Share the contact with friends to help Brother DL get monetized. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Candace. And like I said, they getting close to that million. Get ready. You and your husband, get ready to come down to Miami. We got y'all. Got y'all. I told you a couple months ago, y'all got to come. You like one of the monster moms over there, Fresh and Fit. We are going to get you down there. We're going to get you down there. So it's coming. They're over 800,000 and growing fast. And with all the success that Brother Tate is getting, that's shooting more people to Fresh and Fit and to other manosphere people. You know, you look at Rolo, you look at what's going on with Rich Cooper, you look at what's going on with Coach Greg Adams, and all the others are starting to get a bump because Brother Tate is getting a bump. So that's what's going on. RPA, welcome. Real Talk, Romeo Papa Alpha, RPA. First time I think I've seen you in here. Thank you. Welcome. Please like and subscribe. We're really trying to get there, trying to get that 1,000 mark. And, you know, the watch time will go up because I'm going to continue to put out as much content as possible. So let's get back to Brother Tate and the title of this. Like, you know, leadership is how Andrew Tate has taken over the internet, period. That's all it is. I've said this before and I'll say it a million times more. There is a lack of effective leadership, especially in the Western world, first country, places like the United States, Australia, UK, New Zealand, blah, 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 developed first world countries. There's a lack of male leadership, effective male leadership, men. So what has Andrew Tate done? What has he done? He has gone in and filled the void. Point blank, period. You got all these young kids, like especially where he is, the areas he's moving in right now. He's simply come in and is showing people the way. Simple as that. Leadership. And he's talking to these young guys, and you know, people are out there like, well, he's out here and he's exploiting these young men. He's doing this and doing that. He's just pumping up Hustlers University. He's pumping up the War Room. Hey man, say what you want to say. But I know guys who are in Hustlers University and they're like, yo, man, I'm making the money. I invested my first $50 and within a couple months, they're like, yo, I'm making bread. I'm making more than I invested. You know what I mean? They're happy with what they bought. I'm not a member of Hustlers University, but if I were a young man, I would be. I absolutely would be if only for the networking opportunities. And you look at the War Room, same thing. He's brought men together from all over the world, and he's giving men opportunities to network, and he's showing them things. And again, you got all the people coming out wanting to hate on him. Like, well, this is a big scam, is this and that. It's a pyramid scheme, is this and that. I don't see it that way. Again, I'm not a member of the War Room, but I might join the War Room. Next time I talk to Brother Tate and Tristan, I sit down, we'll talk to Jay Waller and those guys. I might do it simply for the networking opportunities. I see that. I have other things that I'm working on. I am busy as a retired guy. There are things that I'm doing. I don't have the bandwidth at this time, but I can see myself being a part of the War Room. I can actually see that. I want to sit down and talk to these brothers before I do it, but I can absolutely see that. Grio's Vision, what's good? Yo, showing support to the homie DL, saying thank you very much. You know what I mean? Recently subscribed to Andrew's Hustlers University, learning to freelancing route since you do videography and photography. Dude, there's so many ways to make money. There's so many ways to better yourself, side hustles, so many ways. And this is all part of that. So Andrew Tate is doing these things, but what really helped him take over, right? And from my opinion, is becoming the leader by simply stating his take on life. He's not saying that his way is the only way, is the true way. He's not braggadocious to the point. I ain't gonna lie to you. If I had that many supercars, I might be bragging more than Tate. I'm not gonna lie to you. If I'm flying around living the life that he's living, 4-time kickboxing world champion. I'm sorry if I have 4 titles. Yeah, but I think I'd be talking big. I'd be talking real big. Real big. Why not? That's hard to do. He's become he's a self-made millionaire. And he talks about how he did these things along the way. So, without further ado, let's jump in and look at one of these videos. So, the title is Andrew Tate teaches Fortnite streamer clicks how to get girls live, which I thought, I was just like, yo, it's brilliant what he's doing. And what I want y'all to pay close attention to, like, and it's just, again, this is just a clip from a long stream. Go back and watch the stream. Most people have seen, this is the stream in which I think Hassan winds up on this stream at some point, and we didn't get that far into it. That's something completely different. But watch how Andrew Tate is talking to these young guys. And these dudes are in serious need of some leadership. Leadership, when I was their age, I got in the United States military. Right? But these guys, so we're going to watch a little bit of this. Check this out. Let's see. I will do this one. Yeah. So check this out, guys. Andrew Tate talking to these 2 young guys who I don't know who these guys are. They look really young. They're Twitch streamers, of course they are. Yeah, and these 2 guys here were talking a lot of craziness back and forth and trying to get Andrew to engage in it. It was not on this particular clip, but there were, when you watch the whole thing, you will see how they're young boys being young boys talking to a grown man, a G, and Andrew just sitting there like, yeah. It was just funny. It's like, bro, y'all both need help. But check this out. And then this is about this young woman. This guy brings in this young woman, and he was telling Andrew how, she's my friend. Basically tells her how he's in the friend zone. He likes the woman. He wants to be with her. Doing what most dudes do. You know what I mean? This is how it works. This is how they get down. This is all they know. And I don't know why that is. Perhaps it's because that's what they're seeing online. That's what they're being told by the women in their lives. You know what I mean? To me, it fits into that Disney fairy tale narrative. But he's a handsome young man. He's doing pretty good for himself, apparently. She's very, very beautiful young woman. I think she said she's 17. But check this out. Let's see what goes on here.
She'll give it to you. Good. Now, slightly pull her towards you. Look at her. She'll look at you. Lean in and kiss her on the lips.
Okay.
Go.
Okay.
Go.
What are we doing?
What's up?
Oh, hold her hand.
So we kind of jumped in this halfway through. He brings this woman on. It was some like Cyrano de Bergerac stuff jumping off, right? And we'll back it up so you can watch this thing from the beginning, so you can see how this went down. When Andrew was simply trying to get this young guy here on the right of the screen with the young woman, he's simply trying to help him let it be known to this woman that I don't want to just be your friend. I'm trying to be your man. I want to be with you, right? He's trying to teach him how to get there. And so let's watch this, and it's gonna trip you out.
Let's say hello to the beautiful young lady, because she must be really bored.
Hi. Want to say hi? This is Andrew Tate.
Hi.
He's my dad.
What's your name?
He says he's my dad.
Yeah.
Darla.
You have a nice voice. She has a nice
You
voice.
have a nice
huh?
voice, and he thinks you're very, very attractive.
Oh, thank you.
She's 16.
No,
I'm playing. She's 18.
So the young guy really didn't even know how old she was. He said she's 16. He's like, no, I'm playing. She's 18. Turns out she's 17. But we'll continue.
18. How old are you? 17. Sorry, Mr. Andrew.
Nah, it's fine.
Yeah, no, but we've been.
And right off rip, you hear respect coming from this young man, Mr. Andrew. The guy on the left, not so much. If you go back and watch the video, this guy on the left, he's just one of those dudes who thinks he's hardcore. He's trying his best to mimic Brother Tate, but he's not learning anything. The guy on the left was spending most of the time just trying to trash talk this guy on the right, this young guy, which we see a lot growing up. We knew that's what it was. Most of the guys who talked the most, they had nothing, right? It was the smooth dudes like the dude on the right who will always have women be at least brave enough to get themselves in the presence of young, pretty women. Whereas this guy over here, this dude need help. He just need help. But let's continue.
We've been friends for a little bit.
I'll have you.
Yeah.
All right, clicks. Let's go.
Did she hear what I'm saying or not?
No, she can just hear. She can't hear you guys.
Okay, so first you need to apologize to her for the boring guy you had on the stream being.
Yeah, my bad, by the way, for letting you wait. Like, the guy was, he kept on talking.
So as you guys are going to see, Brother Tate is going to be telling this young man what to say. And the young man is going to be hacking it up. Basically, like right there. Apologize to the young woman for boring her or whatever. Because that's one of the things you never want to do. You never want to bore a woman. But the kid is going off saying all sorts of other things. So we'll continue to watch this.
Yeah.
And say that when she comes over the house, you want her to be entertained and have fun.
Yeah,
and
no,
you-
because, like, honestly, whenever you come over the house, like, I seriously just want you to be entertained. I feel bad because, like, you were on the chair, very bored. I didn't even get you water or anything. Like, that's my fault. Like, so,
Less is more, gentlemen. He's running off at the mouth. You want to be succinct. Don't waste words.
So I know we're friends and stuff, but he like straight up. Like,
He's still running off at the mouth.
Been stuck in the friend zone for a little bit. We met like 2 months ago. I say fuck it. We just sleep together type shit tonight.
No. You don't say-
Sorry, no. Sorry. One
Say
second,
it.
lagging.
Well, I think you're absolutely beautiful, but say it slowly. No. Don't say like. Say it slowly, clearly, intentionally. Look
Yeah.
at her and say,
And look at her eyes.
I
look at her and say, I think you're absolutely
I seriously think like you're like Ashley.
Like. That's how these young guys talk. Because wait, that's what you see on TV. That's the culture that they're in. He's afraid to make eye contact with this young woman. If he were to just repeat verbatim what Andrew Tate is telling him to say, he would level up so fast. And this ain't about just getting this young girl to sleep with you or nothing like that. This young guy is really into this young woman. This is getting to the next step. You can actually get yourself into a little relationship here if you just listen to the top G. And yes, make no mistake, Andrew Tate knows what he's talking about. And I'm just catching up with the chat real quick, you guys. Miami Car Raps, facts. What's good? Miami Car Raps. Did you rap Fresh as McLaren? I wonder. And Brother Rod Eric is in the house. What's good, Saint? We met Uncle Luke last night. That's what's up. Well done, fellas. Keep doing that. And once you meet these folks, make sure you keep in touch. You know, there's a happy medium there. You don't want to bug them, but you don't want them to forget about you as well. So yeah, we'll talk. That's good. That's outstanding. For example, be the example. Yeah. For example, be the example. Yep. And lead from the front. That's how you got to do it. So Brother Tate in this example is trying his best to help this young man out. And this young man simply isn't listening. He's adding words. And that's just pure fear. The guy's, he's nervous. He's a nervous wreck. He's afraid. His game is meant to get this young woman in the house. If a woman comes into your living space, she's into you, fellas. She's into you. All right. Bottom line, if she's comfortable enough to come spend time with you in your space, she's into you. Right. Your job is to not screw it up. Don't mess it up. When you throw out extra words, you're going to say something stupid. And that one word might be enough. Like, he's not cool. And she's out. Right? So keep that in mind, fellas. Less is more.
Like the most gorgeous girl I've met. Like, I'm gonna be honest, like I don't really talk to girls, but like ever since I met you, like I don't know why you're laughing, but you're like actually gorgeous.
Thank you.
You said like about 15 times. I said don't say like.
Nah, you're just very good. I could see myself with you in the future. Are you talking to any guys or like? Okay.
Going for a kiss now?
Ask if you think you'd be a good couple.
Yeah,
Do
but
you think we'd be
not be straight up like you think.
And then you got this young guy over here. Go for a kiss now. Go for a kiss. He can't even get a young woman to come into his space. He's probably giving off weirdo vibes, right? He's, handsome young fella. He's also a gamer. He's online making a little bit of money, but he doesn't have the skill to go up to a woman that he thinks is attractive and actually start some sort of relationship. Even if, like for these young dudes for this guy on the right to get stuck in the friend zone, it's not a bad thing. It's not a horrible thing. I wouldn't do it, but he's young. You know what I mean? They just getting started late. We started early. Coming out, growing up in the 70s and 80s. We came up different. But this young man, he's learning right now, but he doesn't know how to simply sit back and learn from the top guy. So let's continue.
That would be like a good man for you. Like we would be a good couple. Sorry.
Wait, what'd you say?
She said 100%. Yeah, no.
Yeah, say because look, we've been friends for a while,
Yeah.
but once we get together, we're gonna stay together.
No, that's what I'm
forever. So
saying. Like I don't know. We just been friends for a long time, and I'm like, I'm done with you fucking other guys. I'm done with you talking to other guys. Like,
Where did this
seriously want you. Like,
F and other guys come from?
seriously want you. Like I haven't had my first kiss yet. I haven't really talked to a girl. I mean, dead ass. Like it's not good. And like you really are showing me the way of life because I play Fortnite all day, and ever since I met you, you realize like I realized there's more in life than just the Fortnite world, and you're making me.
Miss AKA lady. Ain't nothing wrong with a little friend zoning. Nothing wrong for the woman. That's great. If you're female and you got a bunch of dudes in your friend zone, that's amazing because you're getting all that attention for free. For free. You're going to have guys want to take you out, take you to movies, take you to theater, do this, do that, to the third. And you ain't got to do nothing. Nothing. You won. I ain't mad. If you can get them in the friend zone, ladies, make it happen. You're not getting me in the friend zone. We're going to have to do something. We're going to have to do a little something. But that's just grown-up stuff. Yeah? I don't see nothing wrong with it. Fellas, don't let yourself get in the friend zone. Don't do it. Don't do it. She won't have any respect for you. The longer you stay in there, at least the less she'll respect you. Stay out of the friend zone. A woman can respect you if you come 100. Every woman I've ever dealt with, I've been honest with up front. I tell them up front, this is what I'm looking for. This is what I want to do. This is the way it is. Right, especially now, my older age. When I was younger, it was just all about the Foxy Brown. Like, I'm going in here, I'm going to smash. We're going to smash. We're going to make this happen. But again, we had older men telling us, giving us the game, showing us the game. Yo, come over here and watch this guy work that. We knew how to talk. There was no way I was going to sit in that friendship. Nah, I can't. I ain't in the friend zone. Can't do it. Why? It makes no sense. It makes no sense for a dude. It goes against our dating strategy, but it's perfect for a female dating strategy. It keeps all these guys in her friend zones. Like she just got dudes waiting, just standing by, and she can pick from them guys anytime she wants. They'll drop whatever they're doing to come running to her. That's great for her dating strategy, but not so good for our dating strategy. And Miss AKA ladies laughing. You stay over here. We're gonna push you on to the red pill side of the world now, Miss AKA lady. I ain't mad at you. Brother O. Guy on the right is overthinking it. I wish I was in his shoes 2 or 3 years ago. I mean, dude, this most guys, young men, old men, it doesn't matter. They just they're trying to get women, and they don't know how to go about it. And this is this whole thing with leadership. Right now, Andrew Tate is playing. He is filling the leadership role and directly teaching this guy how he should present himself to a woman. That's all Tate is doing. He's just helping the guy out. Let's continue.
It's like it's a whole world behind that. Like, you know, I never had sex with a girl, and you know, I think we could experience.
Who said anything about telling you never had sex? That's not a good thing.
You do it all. You're not saying what I'm telling you to say.
Like, you know,
You need to approach it from a position of strength. You're approaching it from a position of weakness. I only play Fortnite.
here,
I
get
need
off
to
your
have sex.
phone. All right, sorry.
You need to approach it from strength. You need to say, look, I'm one of the most famous
Nah, yeah.
Twitch.
To be honest, I'm gonna keep it real. Like, I'm dead ass I'm the best fucking Fortnite player. Like, I'm gonna be straight up.
I gotta give it to the young guy. He's doing his best. He's trying, but he's adding too many words. I've done this before. I've had young guys hanging out with me. Right, was sitting there want to talk to some woman or whatever. I'm like, all right, man, go say this. And then you listen to what they say and they come back like it didn't work. Like, yeah, because you didn't say anything I told you to say. You have to use the words, the exact words. Don't add, don't take away from. Use these words. Go say this. And then, you know what I mean? Young men, when someone's giving you advice and real-time advice, especially someone like a Tate, say exactly what they say. That's all you got to do. Say exactly what they say and sit back and watch. I mean, there's more to it, but I mean, words can get you there. There's a lot more to it. And the one thing that this young man is lacking right now is confidence. He's not confident. He's playing a role. He's acting. And that young girl knows it. Look at this freeze frame now. Like, look at her face. She's left. She's kind of like, all right, whatever. He's saying all this stuff. She's got that look on his face, but she's like, he's cute. I like him, but what the hell is going on? That's the face right there. That's the face. Sister Candace, we often ask where the father is in the father-daughter relationship, but where was his father to teach him about dating and intersexual dynamics? Right. Well, does his father have game? Maybe his father taught him the stuff that he's doing now. Right? I mean, we come from a different generation. His father came like the 80-20 rule. The top 20 guys are just killing the game right now. The bottom 80, they're having trouble. But before today, before the internet, the bottom 80 guys will still get themselves a halfway, you know, like a good woman, like 6, 7, 8, right? Well above average, closer to the top tier. Guys will be able to get that before Instagram. But now, you know, he might have a real good relationship with his dad, but his dad can't help him. His dad doesn't know. It could be that, right? So you got someone like Brother Tate. And it's funny that he told that young woman that Tate was his father. That's telling right there. I mean, uncle, I can see uncle, but dad, that's my dad? Ooh. But let's continue.
I got money. I'm not spoiled. I've really been grinding since day one. Like, since I was 8 years old, I was really working and everything. And, like,
Too many words.
Girl to spend my life with. And, like, you're just a beautiful ass girl. Like, I'm trying to spend my life.
Beautiful ass girl.
No guy's gonna be better than me. Be honest.
Look at Tate laughing.
I feel like you're just agreeing to everything.
Clicks. I think you need to go in for a kiss.
So what do you mean 1 out of 10?
What do you rate me?
Let me talk. Give her the headphones.
Look, Tate's like, this is enough. Put me on. He's like, put me on.
Hey, come a bit closer to the microphone.
Okay.
Are you originally American? You sound like you're from somewhere else.
No, I'm from America.
You're American?
Yes.
He's a bit nervous. You can tell he's a bit nervous because he keeps saying.
Listen to Brother Tate clean this up. The cleaner, the original cleaner.
Like 2-3 months.
Do you think he's a nice guy?
Yes, I do.
Why?
Right off rip. Do you think he's a nice guy? Yes. Tate already knew the answer to that question. She wouldn't be sitting there if she didn't think he was a nice guy. She wouldn't be sitting there if she wasn't interested in this young man. She would not be in his house. Do you know how many guys are lined up in her friend zone, right? Double digits at least. At least double digits. There's so many dudes shooting they shot at her in real life. We're not even going to talk about her DMs. Her DM has to be, man, probably thousands of DMs in her inbox on her Instagram alone. You dig? So she has an abundance of men on standby. This guy already came out and said, I'm a virgin, right? She's not. So by telling her I'm a virgin, like you just telling her how inexperienced you are. And there was no need to even say it. I don't even know where that came from. Like, I just looking for words to throw at her. And that's why Tate was like, man, give her the headphones. let me clean this up for you.
Why are you and him not together, considering he's like Mr. Famous and he's big online and he has all these people who worship him and you're beautiful? You could be like a power couple.
Well, I live really far away
How far?
in Iowa.
He's got a jet. Don't worry about that. He'll fix.
Little shorty is in Europe. She's from Iowa. Iowa. Miss AKA lady is right. He's word bombing her. He was word bombing her like B-52 word bomb. He was dropping loads of words on her that was completely ineffective. This young woman right here, girl next door beauty, absolutely gorgeous, lives in Iowa, flyover country in the United States of America. She's in the United Kingdom right now. She lives in Iowa at his house. But she probably knows him from his online presence. And this dude has no idea what to do. Look at this face. He's worried right now. What's Andrew Tate saying to her? He's worried. Andrew Tate's going to take her away from me. Tate don't want this child. He's trying to help you out, bro. But let's continue.
Those problems. He's a problem solver. No, you know, they like drop him on a bus in the middle of a field with 100 guys and he has to fight the 100 guys and he manages to get the highest score every time. Like, he's a Fortnite genius. He'll get you on a plane. Don't worry about that one. Yeah. So
Look how happy she is. She's on board.
Nervous, right? But I still truly believe that you and him would be amazing together. And I think you'd conquer the internet and everyone would be jealous of you and you could live a dream life. And I also think that he has true intentions with you. I don't think he's here to waste your time. He's not going to mess you around. But he's just a little bit nervous. So I think you need just to say to him and say, look, we're going to give it a try. I like you too. You need to just be nice to him because he's a bit scared. Do you think you can do it?
Yeah, I got it.
Just look at him now and say, I like you too, and give him a kiss, and it'll blow his mind. Just a small one on his cheek.
No, not on the cheek. Not on the cheek. It doesn't count.
So, right there, master your game. Tate just having fun, trying to help out this young kid, right? And the girl, she's like 80% there. She's, we'll see what happens with this whole kiss thing. But this guy, the guy on the left, this is how dudes are, bro. This is how the bottom 80 gets down. This dude is jealous. He's jealous. He was talking all this craziness. He's trying to mimic Andrew Tate. He was even talking trash to Brother Tate earlier in this, this stream that they had. He's lightweight jealous right now. Fellas, you need to beware of dudes like this. Y'all need to look out for these guys. You dig? There are a lot of men out there, right? How many men, Uncle Saint, are like that? Oh, I don't know, about 80%. The bottom 80, all them dudes in the bottom 80 are 100% like this. And of the top 20, right, probably only 5% or less of the top 20 guys are real G's. They know what time it is. They ain't going to trip on some woman like, what? You want her? Go ahead. Only like 5%. The rest of the 95% of guys, they'll go crazy over chicks, man. They'll go crazy. Dudes be talking about bro code. That's some white shit right there. That's white boy talk right there. Bro code, are you serious? We know in the hood ain't no such thing. Bro code? Nah. There's two guys I rock with. I know would never mess with my women. Ever. And if they did, they know I don't care. Hey, man, I'm finna go smash shorty. She's trying to get it. Handle your business. That's how we get down. But other dudes, man, soon as you walk off somewhere, they over there trying to get her number. And this is all before social media. Now, all they got to do is slide into her DMs. Don't think for a minute these guys you run around talking about bro code ain't in the DMs of these chicks that you running. Don't think that for a minute, right? Like they say, all's fair in love and war, bro. Ain't no honor in the streets when it comes to these chicks, man. These dudes are all willing to sit in friend zones. They willing to serve you up. That's why you got to be careful who you rock with, fellas. That was all for y'all. I don't know how it works on the female side. I don't know. You know what I mean? But I imagine it's similar because I done been with mad chicks and all her friends. I done run through crews before. So there ain't no allegiance on that side either. Right? All the women, they want the best they can get. If they got you pegged as the best, they coming to holler at you. They don't care about that girl, man, because it's like, it's all about the results, man. it's all about the results. So be careful out there. Dudes, bro code. Ain't no such animal. Snuggle 668 in the house was good. I think you all should have a code in your neighborhood. I think that it's different between your neighborhood and people of European descent. Don't you think the bro code should be implemented? There's no bro code. It is what it is, man. It's a free for all. It's a free for all, man. And people are just like, the ends justify the means. They don't care. If you were a woman and they think that they should be with that woman, and I imagine it's the same thing on the female side. Some of y'all would have to let me know, Miss AK or whoever's in here. Females, let me know if it's the same on y'all side. But guys are gonna do what they got to do to holler at women. There's dudes that are watching this stream, hitting her up right now in her DMs, trying to get at this girl from Flower of a Country in America. They trying to get at her because they looking at dude like he ain't got no confidence. If he pulled her, I know I could pull her. That's what they thinking. So you just got to be careful. I see it all the time. You can tell how a dude gonna act when fine women come around. You can see what they'll do. They'll throw you under the bus in a heartbeat. Be ready for it. I can't tell you how many times this happened to me. And I'm gonna say 7 out of the 10 times this dudes threw me under the bus, lying to these chicks about me. It backfired on them because the chicks still rock me out. You know what I'm saying? They still rock me. They'll come through like, oh, dude was lying. You're nothing like that. Nah, that's all I needed. If it weren't for those dudes, I wouldn't have been able to smash. But because of them, so, I mean, it is what it is. You got to be careful. And then Snuggle 668 follows it up. So didn't it start from songs when people say about being proud to sleep with other man's women? Don't the community start with the people that protect them, which is you men? I don't know. Snuggles, you female? Because I asked you that before, you never told me. So sounds like you're female. And welcome, thank you. OPP was probably a song you're thinking about. Naughty by Nature. OPP, Others People, Foxy Brown. Right? That's where that song came from. Traction Naughty by Nature was simply telling people, showing people what's really going on out in the streets. I mean, OPP is the thing. Everyone I've ever been with had boyfriends or husbands. They just didn't tell me. Right? And it was dangerous, but that's why I kept a thing on me. That's why I was always armed, because you just didn't know what you were walking into. And I can't tell you how many times I was with a woman and then some dude roll up and like, oh, that's my man. Oh, really? That'd have been nice to know. You know what I mean? But a lot of the women realize, like, well, if I tell you I got a man, you ain't gonna want to do this. It's right. I don't want to deal with the extra stuff. You know what I mean? But it is what it is. But yeah, let's get back to the video real quick. Dude on the left is jealous, talking about kiss her. He's really trying to throw a monkey wrench into the thing because he sees that it's working.
Count if it's on the sheet. Doesn't count if it's on the sheet.
You guys are putting me on the spot.
No, it's not on the spot. We have like 20 viewers.
It's going to be one of the best days of his life. You know, you're going to be responsible for making one of the best days of his life. You just say, you know what, I actually really like you too, and give him a quick kiss on the lips, a quick one, just a quick. That will change his life, and he's going to love you forever. He's never going to forget you. Think about the memory you're going to make.
And look at her. She's ready. Look at that smile. She's ready. She's ready to rock. But women aren't used to making those moves like that, being so aggressive. Why should she have to be aggressive? Look at her. She's pretty. They're not used to that. But she's open to the idea. She's open to the idea. And this young guy, because look at him. He's not confident at all. He can't hear what's going on. She's smiling. He's thinking that she is falling for Andrew Tate, which is ridiculous. Tate doesn't want anything to do with this young girl. But do you see how confidence or the lack thereof can really mess you up? Tate is putting this dude on. So let's continue.
So I think you should look him in the eyes and say, I like you too.
Right,
Again.
let's go.
Well, I like you too.
Oh, you mean?
Yeah,
Oh, that's
yeah,
fine. Yeah, that's fine.
yeah.
Now,
Notice how she said it verbatim. She said, I like you too. She didn't add anything until he was like, you talking to me? Who else would she be talking to, bro? So, right, do you see the jealousy creeping in there? Do you see the lack of confidence starting to creep in here and mess up his mindset? I like you too. He's thinking she's talking about him. This guy is thinking that Andrew Tate, a grown-ass man, top G, who have access to the most beautiful women on the planet, is trying to take his 17-year-old little girlfriend. Look at him. And she's like, no, I'm talking to you. I like you too. I like you. Right? Bottom 80%. This is why y'all in the bottom 80, because y'all lacking confidence.
moving for Kiss. Let's see if he notices what's going on.
I don't know.
I know it's hard for you to make the first move because you're a girl. I know it's hard, but he's a worm, but we're going to fix him. Just lean in a little bit, and let's see if he knows what's going on.
So, so yeah, we'll leave it there. Like the guy wound up getting a pack. It was puppy love type stuff. And then this particular video goes on 15 minutes. We're not going to follow this all the way to the end, but if you want to check it out, check it out. It's on Tate Speech Updates. You can find it there. Tate Speech Updates. Is one of the thousands of Tate channels that have popped up on YouTube. But you can definitely check that out and see how he was trying to help this young guy. And I think he was effective in helping this guy. So Andrew Tate has been doing this on a bunch of platforms. And this is why he's taking over, because you have these young kids who are all over the internet. Like, have you seen this? Have you seen that? Tate did this. So-and-so got a kiss because Andrew Tate helped him, get the kiss from the girl. And, the other dude, this dude on the left, challenged Andrew Tate. He wanted to box him. He's like, I'm going to come over to Romania and I'm going to get into the ring with you. Okay. You really want to do that, young dude? Go over there and figure out what it feels like to get punched by a grown man. Go ahead. You know what I mean? But this is what Tate is doing. He is filling that void of leadership. Now these young men are all coming out of the woodwork listening to Brother Tate. So, and then here's another one that came out just a couple of days ago. Let me see if I can't. I gotta find it. I got another one I want to show you guys. This is showing what Tate is doing out here and how he is taking over the internet. This is all a plan. This is all a plan. This is only a couple minutes. And this is from Tate Legends. So you can see they have all these sites popping up all over the place. This particular guy, I don't know who this guy is that is interviewing Andrew Tate. But you can see Andrew Tate's making himself extremely available to all these YouTubers. Doesn't matter. You don't have to have millions of subscribers or whatever. You don't have to have a blue check. The brother is open to come talk to you or get on your platform, which I have to tip my hat to that. So they're sitting outside and they're just having a talk. And it's basically Andrew Tate gives dating advice to a nerd. So let's rock this out real quick. See what they talking about on here.
My ex broke up with me, man.
No, go get a new one. Go get 10.
No, it happened like a couple months ago, but I've been winning, man. What's your advice for him? Because this is my assistant, and it's hard for him to get laid. For real. Chaffee, have you met Tate? You got to meet Tate, man. Any advice you have for him, honestly?
If you want something in the world, you're going to find a way to get it. And when I see people who sit there and go, I really want this, but they're not working towards it, I don't believe they want it.
But he talks too much to them. He's like their friend too much.
That's a common mistake.
I'm learning it is all a game.
Men give their attention to get sex, and women give their sex to get attention. So if you're giving your attention and not getting what you want back, then you didn't play. And if she's giving you sex and you're not giving her attention, then she's just a booty call, so then she's getting played, right? It's the only reason we give females our attention. It's the only reason we talk to them, message them, that it's to try to get laid. You're not getting what you want, fuck it off then. That's why male-female friends ain't real, so I don't have any female friends. I'm either fucking.
So people also, they want to know what locker room talk is, right? Again, this is Andrew Tate breaking it down, letting them know how it works. Like I was saying to Miss AKA lady, you know what I mean? If you're a guy in the friend zone, you're giving a woman attention and you're getting nothing in return. That's okay. That's fine. She wins, you lose. And like you said, if a woman, she's giving you all kind of sex, but she doesn't get any attention and she's just a booty call, she loses. That's how the game is. It is what it is. We're here. We got to play the game. It is what it is. Right. So he's giving these guys the game that they need to be successful in today's world. That's how I see it.
You, almost fucking you, or I don't talk to you.
Do you have any female business partners or like
I got a couple personal assistants, yeah. But Tristan's already banged them. They're exes of Tristan or something, but like something like that, but not really.
Has a chick ever like freaked out on you? Like, yo, you're disgusting for the things you say, shit like that?
Never.
Fear?
I don't think it's fear. I think that loads of girls like watch my podcasts and stuff. If I get it, it'll be before I meet them, right? Let's say a girl's watched all my shit on the internet. She never spoke to me. Then I message her on Insta, and then she knows who I am. She might be like, you're a misogynist or some bullshit. But if I'm already talking to a girl, she's already met me, and we're already cool, and then she starts watching all my shit. She'll come and say, I'm just worried you're gonna cheat on me. Then I'm like, baby, it's a fucking podcast. Relax.
Yo, that shit's happening to me right now.
Right. So one thing about Andrew Tate, you will notice if you follow a lot of his stuff, he's consistent. What he's saying, he says all the time. This ain't made up. He's just giving you the real 100. This is how I do it. This is how I do it. You know what I mean? To him, it's all about the famous. That's how he says it. You know what I mean? He's running his game. And he's versus women running their game. Until the victor go to spoils, we see who wins. Period. Right? You're going to win some, you're going to lose some. But you got to maintain that frame. If that's your frame, maintain that frame. So I think that's what it is. Miss AKA lady, I don't expect loyalty from anyone except my aces. Been with my day ones since high school. No worries there. I don't expect anything from other women though. Right. And that's, sounds like what Myron and Fresh call it. Woman needs for, ain't no loyalty. Right. Ain't no loyalty. I expect loyalty, like you said, from your day ones. I expect loyalty from those dudes who've been around me since the sandbox, really. And it's just a couple dudes, really, that I rock with like that. Anybody else outside of that, I expect them to try to get after my women. You know what I'm saying? It's not a big thing. I like dimes. And even if I don't have a dime with me, I might have me a solid 7 or 6. And dudes will still be trying to get at them. They just can't help themselves. They wired like that. Some of these dudes, that's their game. So I ain't mad. That's the game they run versus the game I run. It is what it is. And most dudes run a game that has worked for them. They do it because they have worked in the past. Maybe only got 1 or 2, but it worked for them 1 or 2, so they just keep running it. It is what it is. Snuggle 668. But then Jay Waller unfreshman fit talk about having a bro code. Didn't he say around women you should all be talking good about each other, or did I hear that wrong? No, what Jay Waller was talking about is the guys that he rock with. There's 2 things that they must have in order for him to consider them friends or to let them into the circle. They have to be wealthy or on their way to being wealthy, like successful in some way, shape, or form, and they have to be good at womenizing. They have to be good. They game got to be tight. They got to have an abundance of women. Those are 2 things that you got to have if you're trying to rock with Jay and Sterling and those cats. Because if you continue to I think I know the video you're talking about. If you continue watching that video, he goes on to explain how he's saying what I've been saying. The average dude will throw you under the bus trying to get some Foxy Brown. So you don't want to be around guys who aren't good with women. I can't take certain dudes with me to certain places. If I know it's going to be some high, some fine women there, whatever, some upscale stuff, there's certain dudes I can't take with me because they ain't going to know how to act. They're going to be in there trying to run around and just making themselves look like an idiot, making people uncomfortable. You can't have, I can't be around dudes like that. You know what I mean? So loosely associated, loosely affiliated with some guys like that for networking purposes. Yeah. They're tied into some good organizations that I need to be into. Yeah. But I understand that they can't rock with me like that because they're not good with women and they'll do anything and everything in their power to get said woman. If that means throwing you under the bus, if that means sabotaging a deal, trying to make themselves look better, they'll do it. So that's what he's talking about. So, and like with, Fresh and Myron, they understand that. They never fight over chicks. Never. Again, abundance mindsets. You've heard a million times if you're on the manosphere side of the world, talk about abundant mindsets when it comes to women. That's how you got to think, man. You get one-itis, it's a problem. The guy on the video we just watched, the young guy with the cute girl, he's going to get one-itis. He has no confidence. He has no game. He's going to get this young woman. She's going to run him until she gets tired of him, and then she's going to move on to one of those guys in her standby, friend zone. He has no game. If he had game, if he had an abundance mindset, he'd be out there, hollering at his, 3, 4, 5, 6, however many he got. He has some fame. He has some clout. You should easily parlay that into something. But what did he say on the stream? I'm a virgin. So he's not parlaying that to his advantage. So at some point he's going to fall. He's going to fall. He's going to fall in love with some chick. That's going to be the only chick. It's going to be one night. It's going to be living a Disney fairy tale. Then she's going to move on to someone else. And he's just going to be devastated because he doesn't understand how this works. Right. So, so Jay Wilder and those guys, they're talking about, like Justin and them, they're talking about the two things that he must have in order for a guy to be in his inner circle, which I agree that's smart. That's smart. And there's another thing that Jay talks about. If you watch that, I think they did a 5-hour stream with just him and Myron. You know what I mean? Myron was giving his origin story. And during that stream, he was talking about guys who were married but are not leaders of their homes, right? They don't lead their wives lead them. He talks about them guys. He won't do business with a guy who can't, quote unquote, control his wife. He doesn't do business with those dudes. And he purposely goes out and he'll say things to see how she acts, to see what she says, to see how he reacts. And he was like, yeah, man, if you a dude that, you don't run your home, I can't do business with you. And I've been thinking about that. I'm like, wow, that's a good point. That's a good point. So these guys are doing and saying things that people don't like to hear. Most by people, I mean women and those, what they call them, the social justice warriors and the white knights or whatever. They don't want to hear this. Like, it is what it is. Hey man, I can only report to you what's going on the battlefield, man. It ain't my fault if you getting overrun over here. That's on you. So, I like putting this stuff out as well. It's food for thought. You know what I mean? It's food for thought. So there was another video that I wanted to share with you guys. Actually, it's two more. And let's see if we can find this. And this one is just like 1 minute and 32, which this comes from the god of podcasts right now, which it blew my mind to hear this stuff. You guys got to check this out. Again, this is leadership. And this is how Andrew Tate is just taking over. And he has everyone commenting on what's going on. Everyone, from the biggest to the smallest YouTuber out there, everyone. So check this out. This is what Joe Rogan himself has to say about Andrew Tate.
Like, the difference between a dog and a wolf is just thousands of years of breeding.
It's
the same animal. Which is wild. My dog Marshall. Have you ever met Marshall? Sweetest fucking animal that's ever existed. All he wants to do is love everybody.
Oh no, I did meet him once at the old studio.
Yeah. Everybody's his friend. But he's an ancestor of a wolf. They've turned him into this thing through thousands of years of breeding.
Is that what
just
they're
like
doing
they're trying to do to men? Exactly. That's what they're trying to do.
Where's
to men.
Andrew Tate when you need him?
Yes, that's what this toxic femininity shit, or masculinity. Toxic femininity is right. That was a Freudian slip. But toxic masculinity, what that means is like, oh, you mean the men who carved the world?
Yes. Now you don't need them.
Yeah.
So now you want to get rid of them.
But you do need them. You just don't think you need them because you don't need them right now. And then Russia has them. And China is making them more. China's making them more masculine.
Yeah. So then what do we do? Like, how do we recognize this trait? Okay, we want to make life more. We want to make life more palatable for everyone, right? But sometimes you need some badass motherfuckers to do the things that a lot of people don't want to do. And then the second life is safe, you go, well, why do we have bad people around?
Exactly.
They might make some bad decisions. So how do we keep the quote-unquote, like, bad guys around long enough so in case something needs to be done, they handle it? And I think, like, the American way of doing it is going, hey, we're just going to, like, kind of create these little organizations that do the bad shit, and American people don't really need to know about it.
Yeah.
We'll go handle that stuff. You don't need to.
The difference between a dog and a
I mean,
wolf
you
is
hear
just
that.
thousands of years of breeding.
Right,
It's
like-
the same animal.
Yeah.
You hear that,
Like my dog Marshall. Have you ever met Marshall?
which is crazy. Like, you hear that. Even Joe Rogan is like, yeah, man, we need these men. We need men. We're running out of them. And then that little bit at the end where it was like, well, America just kind of wants to keep some of those men off to the side in case we need them. You know what I mean? Break glass in case of emergency. You got these men frozen behind glass or something like that. And it's like, oh, no, the Canadians are attacking. Break the glass and let the soldiers go get them. That's not how it works. That's not how it works. So I just thought that was funny that Joe Rogan is like, yo, for real, we need Andrew Tate. Again, even Rogan sees the void of leadership out there, and Tate is going out there leading from the front, like I'm always saying, I'm always screaming this out there in YouTube land. You got to lead from the front. Tate is out there on the front lines, taking the heat, but he's getting the message out there. And he's telling these young men, young males, I got a video coming out. It's called Men versus Males in America. I'm gonna do it tomorrow, right? Because we got a lot of males in this country, very few men. Very few men. Why is that? Right? Because our society thinks it's bad to be a man. Toxic masculinity. I hear it all the time. Oh, it's bad to be toxic until that guy steps up and protects the home, steps up and stops an active shooter from killing a bunch of innocent people from 40 yards away, right? It's bad until you need it. That's just a bad outlook to have on life. Miss AKA lady, if you don't run your home, you can't do business well. That's interesting. Never heard that one before. And it's just more of the way I see it. Why do business with a man who only does what his wife tells him to do? How about he's just the middleman at that point? How about cut him out the picture and go direct to the woman? I'm going to do business with her. She runs the house. I'm going to do business with her. Rollo Tomasi was on one of the Valuetainment shows, Jedediah, I forget her name or whatever. And they were on there talking about this sort of stuff. And she's saying how, well, it's 50-50, it's 50-50 in my home. Like my husband, he's the leader, but only if I let him lead, kind of thing. The stuff that she's saying. I'm listening to her, the way she's describing her husband and, talking and what she's saying and this and that. I'm like, yeah, she absolutely runs that house. Absolutely runs that house. Ain't nothing going to happen in that house unless she wants it to happen. Okay, that's fine. I ain't mad at that. That is what it is. But if I'm going to do business with a guy who's run by his woman, why do business with him? I might as well do business with his woman. That's all it is. It's leadership. Someone has to lead. It's leadership. Someone has to be in command, period. It's just two people aren't in charge. It's not, it's a 50-50 partnership. Nah, somebody has to be in charge. And that's one of the things that they talk about. So we got this final video, then I'll wrap things up. It's a couple minutes I want to play from this video. This was about 8 months ago. This was Andrew Tate on Fresh and Fit, the Fresh and Fit show. And they were talking about some of these things. And this is more to do with dating. So there was a part, I think it's coming up right here. Yeah, I think I got a set where they were talking about, oh, my bad. Let me set this up, y'all. Okay, here it is. Gotta find it real quick, guys. My bad. Having an old person moment. So in this clip, we're just gonna play just a couple minutes of this. This video stream was actually 2 hours and 19 minutes long. Again, you can find this on Fresh and Fit. If you just type in Andrew Tate Fresh and Fit, it's like one of 6 videos that'll pop up right away. But he was talking about no safety in dating. So check this part out right here.
Even just a simple DM, right? The fact that girls respond to you is a huge factor, because think about this. Back then, you didn't have social media. It's in person talking to girls. That's how you met girls. Nowadays, bro, you could be at home, anywhere in the world. Come to Miami. Come to Romania. So girls that used to be there for you, your neighbor, going like.
Oh yeah, this is another thing.
Go ahead,
you nailed it, Fresh.
Yeah.
The dating market's gone international. So you nailed it. You used to live in a city full of hot girls, right? And Tate lives far away. I'm safe. Tate's far away. Maybe I'll get some pussy. No, sir. No, sir.
Nope.
I'm gonna find her. Put her ass on a private jet. Jizz all over her face. You can have her afterwards. There's no safety now, right?
Nope.
It's all become international, and women are now internationally competing. Beautiful women are talking to men in 15 different countries. I get this all the time. People say, "Do girls love money?" And I say, "Look, it's not about loving money.
Lifestyle.
It's not lifestyle's a part of it." But I even say another point. I said,
Yeah, I really need to listen to this part he's about to say right here. And this when I heard it, I'm like, when he first said it, I'm like, I agree 100%. It's extremely profound and it makes sense, especially in this unregulated dating place that we live in now. The sexual marketplace is unregulated. Why? Internet, Instagram. You are competing as Joe Schmo living in Walla Walla, Washington, or wherever the hell you live. You're competing with blue check men. You're competing with Future, Andrew Tate. You're competing with Fresh Prince CEO. Trust me, Fresh is inviting women from your neighborhood to come to Miami to have an experience. He is killing it. Killing it. I've seen his DMs. I'm like, bro, all these women, he's like, yeah, man, they all trying to come down here. Women go to Miami and they tell Fresh that they are there because they want to get on the boat. They want to get in the Lamborghini. They want to go to sit in this section at the club. Fresh. Think about that, y'all. So let's continue.
say that every single man a hot girl talks to has money. So it's not even a differentiator. It's like having arms. It's just one of the things that dudes have. They don't expect you to not have money. They don't respect your money because it's normal to just go on $1,000 dinner and the dude just pick it up.
Yeah.
Having money is not enough. Having money qualifies you to try. That's it. That allows you to try along with the other rich men. But there ain't no baddie who ain't talking to a bunch of rich dudes. It really doesn't matter that much. It's just like we all can pick up the dinner, and there really ain't that big a difference, truthfully, in lifestyle. There ain't really that big a difference between a guy with $500,000 in the bank and $20 million in the bank. Really.
Did y'all hear that? There isn't much difference between a guy with $500,000 in the bank and a guy with $20 million or $200 million in the bank. Because from a woman's standpoint, she can still get the things that she wants. If you can afford to take it, like I'm always using Mr. Childs as an example. That's one of my favorite restaurants on the planet. If you can afford to take a woman on a date to Mr. Childs, you're doing all right, bro. It's not hurting you. It's not hurting you. If you can afford, right? And if you got $500,000 in the bank, you can afford to do this. If you can afford to say, hey, love, you know what? I found you very interesting. Let's say I've always wanted to go to London. Word. You can afford to fly her to London with you so she can see the changing of the guard, right? Take her to some museums, right? Take her to see Big Ben, get her on the eye, and take her to dinner at Mr. Childs. There's a Mr. Childs in London as well. There's only 6 of them on the planet. It's only 6 Mr. Childs. Right? So if you got $500,000 liquid, you can do that. That's not gonna hurt you at all. That weekend, it's not gonna hurt you at all. Whenever I go to London, I normally stay at the Hari, right? So yeah, it's a nice hotel, but that trip ain't gonna really set me back like that. So he ain't lying. So I'm competing with a guy who's worth $200 million. Okay. From her standpoint, it don't really mean anything because she's like, I'm getting to go free on a trip. I'm still flying for free. I'm staying in the hotel for free. I'm getting all this attention, getting whatever. Right? So she's getting the attention she wants. And the guy is getting the sexual access he wants, getting the Foxy Brown, and maybe start a relationship or some sort of relationship, but it doesn't matter. Now, women from 2s all the way up to 10s got guys hitting them up like that on social media. And I mean, it's absolutely insane. Absolutely. Miss AKA lady, that's like saying a woman who is submissive at home is no good in business. Submissive? No, not necessarily. It's just from a male perspective. And Jay Wilder, like I haven't met him yet, but I'm sure I will. I'll be in Miami this weekend. I'm pretty sure I'll bump into him. And if I do, I'll ask him. But I don't think I think what he's saying is, if you're a man and you don't control your home, how can I trust you to handle our business? I think that's what he's saying. If your woman really controls you to the point where, I mean, that's going to affect our business. So he's just like, I don't want to deal with that. I'm just going to move on. Right. Or deal with the person who controls that home, deal with the alpha in the relationship. And if it's the woman, deal with her. There's some women out there who are cutthroat business women. They handle their business. You know what I mean? So I'm going to pose that question to him. And Miss Sandy B. Law, she's like, very interesting. Right. This is good stuff. So we'll continue with what they're talking about.
I mean, you go to dinner, you go club. Like, so what are you going to do? Start sitting there showing her your bank account? I have a little bit more. Who gives a fuck, right? Everyone she's dating is going to pick up the tab. Yeah. Everyone she's dating has a nice car. Everyone she's dating is going to take her to the club. Everyone she's dating is going to pay for holidays. Everyone's rich. So money is just a qualifier to try. It's not enough to capture a bad bitch.
That's true, bro.
It's just a basic requirement. Like having arms and legs and a mouth.
That's true.
It's just part of the game, right? So it's getting harder and harder and harder. I'll give you an example, right? I was a pimp. I'm a 4-time.
So, and then he just kind of goes on. This is a really good video, you guys. If you haven't go, like go over to Fresh and Fit's platform and check it out. Like, pull it up. I think Andrew Tate has 3 or 4 interviews, maybe even 5 at this point, 5 or 6. They're all pretty interesting, all of them. He says some really smart things, and we're gonna move on. He was talking about the guys who have game, those dudes who are out there, just the game guys, kind of, you know what I mean. And let me find that real quick. Here it is here. So check this out.
This is who I am as an individual. I may make some jokes, I'm kind of funny, whatever, but this is my style.
Authenticity is super important because females have intuition and they can smell if you're fake.
Yeah.
This is the problem that most game guys have. If you look at a lot of the game guys that just their entire life is dedicated to just pointless sex with random chicks, the reason for that is because if they even get a bad chick, even if they get a good chick with a good heart, they can't hold her down.
Nope.
Because if you have a good enough game, right, you're a liar. And then she sees through you after a few weeks and realizes you ain't shit. And she doesn't want to stay with you. So then you feel better by just spinning endless plates, whatever. So I know there's a lot of these guys who are into game and stuff. Like, yeah, I banged this girl, that girl, that girl, that girl, that girl. I was in a different business. I wasn't interested in sleeping with a bunch of girls. I was interested in having girls obey me and love me. Bam. Because that's how I made my money for a long time.
I want a soul.
And to this day, it's the same thing. I like the idea. Look, you can call me a misogynist all you want. I love women. If I'm sick, I don't call the boys. I call the chicks. I don't feel well. Come lay, and a woman will come lay with your sick ass in bed, cook for you, clean for you, do all those. Women have a healing power. Every man to some degree needs some women in his life. And I want women who love me and who are loyal to me and who obey me. So when I talk to guys that teach me game, I was like, listen, you need to be a man worthy of respect because a woman needs to respect you to love you.
Facts.
And the way a woman's going to respect you is 1 of you respect yourself and 2 of other men respect you. You're not just gonna be able to sit around being a piece of shit and just think just because you're born with a dick, you're going to instantly get respect from females who have unlimited choice.
Damn.
That's stupid, right?
I mean, that's it right there. Brother Doug's in the house. What's good? Brother, thanks for popping in. Appreciate it. You know what I mean? But he's telling the truth. Women do have a healing power, for real. When you get sick and your mom comes, she hugs you and takes care of you, or you get sick and your wife comes and she takes care of you and cooks for you and loves you and she's there for you. That's a healing power that the bottom 80 don't even get to experience. Right? You got to get your game up, fellas. If you're in that bottom 80, you got to put in the work and get your game up so you will know what we're talking about here. Right? And then the guys with game, or the guys who leave with their wallets, when they get sick, they're alone. There's no one there. If you run around, you just shooting game, like you've mastered your lies. Right? Or you just leave with your wallet, you just pay for everything, and you just a horrible person at your core. When you get sick and you're dying, you're going to die alone. Ain't no woman going to come over there. They don't care about your money like that. They're like, oh, well, I'm sick. I don't have access to my money. Psh, whatever. They ain't coming over there. Oh, come on. Can you come make me some soup? They ain't making you nothing. If that's the life you choose to lead, that's what you want to do. That's what you're going to get. You want a woman to love you, you gotta earn her respect. Right? You gotta have that confidence, you gotta have that respect for yourself. And that's how that works. You know what I mean? Again, Andrew Tate. This was 8 months ago, maybe 7, 8 months ago, something like that. Andrew Tate leading from the front. This is how it's done. He has not modified this message whatsoever. He just got on multiple platforms and he's shouting it out. And he has these young men looking up to him and they're like, wow, okay, that makes sense to me. And old men too. You know what I mean? Old men too. You know what I mean? Grill's vision, wise words, bro. Thank you. And when I met Brother Tate, shook his hand. He ain't lying. Eye contact. How you doing, brother? He's very, very respectful. I told him, I'm like, brother, I study your words. I'm like, you're younger than me, but I study your words. You know what I mean? And, you know, we were talking back and forth. He was very humble, real cool cat. Look forward to seeing him again. Him and Tristan, his brother, they move. They move a lot. You feel me? So there's one other part I wanted to bring up here. A minute 40. Let's see if I can, let's do it from right here.
So the world has always been about respect. As a man, you need to be respected. And you're only going to be respected if you do things that people respect. And most of the time, those things are on the other side of fear. We talk about the world we live in today and the problem with girls, et cetera, et cetera. The real problem with the world is that there's an epidemic of cowardice.
Men
are cowards. Please, y'all, pay attention to this part right here. Please pay attention to what he's saying.
Cowards. We have an epidemic of cowardice. Everybody is so fucking afraid. It's on the other side of fear that you're going to garner the respect of other individuals. You have to do things that they're afraid to do, meaning most likely you are also afraid.
Right? Real talk, y'all. It's people ask me all the time about the military. Y'all see that flag behind me, right? Airborne. Why do people in the military respect airborne? Right? I mean, because, you know, you got the Green Berets, you got SEALs, you got Rangers, you got Marine Raiders or MARSOC, whatever they're calling themselves. I think they're MARSOC today. You got the Air Force Combat Control Teams. You got the Air Force Combat Medic Teams, right? You have all these different organizations. What do they all have in common? They're all airborne. It's people respect the airborne because of the culture, right? Because we hold, as paratroopers, we hold ourselves to a higher standard. Guys in airborne units, they know what I'm talking about. We conquered that fear. And if you think you're gonna walk into an aircraft, like I jump mostly C-130s, I jump some C-141s. They jumping C-17s now. I never got a chance to jump that. I never jumped a C-5. Some of my buddies did. Right? We walk out of Chinooks, and we jump out of Blackhawks. If you think that gearing up, carrying 70, 80 pounds of equipment, getting into the back of an aircraft, right, walking out of that thing 8 to 1,200 feet above the ground at night. If you think you're going to do that, you're not going to be afraid, that you're not scared, you were never scared when you did that, you are a liar. You are a liar. Every paratrooper I ever met in my life on every jump, scared. But you push through that fear. You got a job to do. You got a mission to get to. This is how we start our mission. We jump in. Fear. You got to conquer that fear. Every time I loaded up, I was afraid. Every time I got to that door, I was afraid. Every time that light turned on, it turned green, I was ready to go, but there was still that element of fear there. You have to conquer that fear. I've seen people paralyzed with fear. I've been paralyzed with fear before. Men don't know how to conquer fear. That is a problem. That is a serious problem. And it could be something as serious as having to fight someone to the death, protecting your home, protecting your loved ones, or it could be something as minor as having enough courage to get over the fear to say hello to some woman that you see that you think is attractive. Hello, how you doing? Most guys don't speak to women because they are afraid to. It's fear. This is exactly what this brother is talking about. This is why Andrew Tate is taking over the internet. This is why. Let me pull this back up.
I've done a bunch of shit. I was afraid 87 times before I got in the ring and cage. It's scary, right? I lived a scary life. But by going through all of that, I am now respected. You have to learn to face your fear. I'm not saying not be afraid, because that's not brave. If you do something and you're not afraid, you're not brave. You have to be afraid and do it anyway. That's what courage is. So I'm not saying you can be as scared as you want, but you still have to go. This also ties into why you need to create your reality. I'll give you an example, man. Everybody around me is brave. I don't hang around with cowards. You have to understand that I've created my reality to the point now where I can only make the bravest decision because everybody I speak to is brave. There's no bitchness in my realm. I'm rich enough that everybody I correlate my existence with, everybody I conversate with, is saying do the brave thing. There's literally no realm for being a coward. So how can I be the only coward in my peer group? Am I going to be the only pussy amongst all the men I talk to? No. They say you're some of the 5 people you spend the most time with. So even if you're sitting here right now and you know you're a little bitch, why are you not hanging around with brave men? Because there's...
Do y'all get that? Do y'all get that? Ben 10, what's up? What's good, brother? Welcome. Thanks for coming through. Thanks for spending time with me. Hey, man, I know y'all got better things to do on a Monday, but y'all here with me, and I truly appreciate it. If you like what you see, go ahead and hit the like button. My people in my YouTube advisors have been telling me, tell people to like and subscribe. So please like and subscribe if you do feel yourself inclined to do so. What he's talking about right now, again, going back to that, being airborne. Going to airborne school is one thing. Anybody can go to airborne school. You just put in the paperwork, right? It's 5 jumps, and then you go off to your unit, wherever it is. You maybe never jump again. Those aren't the paratroopers I'm talking about. I'm talking about the ones who go to airborne school, earn their wings, and then they go to Fort Bragg. They go to jump units. They go to line units. Everyone in your unit is a hard charger. Everyone. You can't be around little punks when you might go to sleep. You might wake up on Monday. Something's going on in some faraway land somewhere. And by Wednesday night, your boots on the ground in some faraway land defending the Constitution with your life. Ain't no room for punks when that's your reality. That's what he keeps saying. You got to curate your reality. That's what he's talking about. When I was coming up in Cincinnati, I'm with my dudes. They knew, like, man, if it go down, we know what's up. We know what's up. You know what I mean? It's like, but you got to know that. And when I'm out somewhere by myself, last night I was out. I wanted to go hear some live music. It's a cool spot in St. Pete. Plays live music. And I had an issue with some old dude, some old weirdo, bottom 80 guy. Right? Just had an issue with this dude. And I could have took him outside or something like that, but why? You don't get credit for beating up weaklings. You don't. I mean, he's running the security, telling on security and this and that. He's one of the regulars, man. He's just a little pain. He's nothing. He's nothing. But he was dealing with a guy who's not afraid to be afraid. I didn't care. He was there with people. He there all the time. If I'd have did something to him, he wouldn't have been the only one I would have had to deal with. And I knew that. I didn't do anything because it simply wasn't worth it. Our country is full of these guys now. They're tough so long as there's someone around. Right? They ain't tough when it's just you, one-on-one, you and him. Ain't no cameras nowhere. Just you and him. They want to be the best. They want to be your buddy then. But if there's people around, there's cameras, you're in a busy place, there's security, they're going to get big. That's a coward. That's a coward. It's the exact opposite of what Brother Tate is talking about. You have to, you have to push through the fear. We have so many cowards in this country. I'll let Brother Tate finish and then we'll be wrapping this up. But again, thanks for hanging out with me, y'all. I appreciate it.
There's a magical power amongst men, and it's a magical power which has been forgotten and lost. When you put enough men in the same room, there's a transference of energy that makes us feel invincible. I say all the time, your friends should bring out the worst in you. And when I say the worst, I mean, when you're with your boys and you're loud, and you feel aggressive and you're about it and you'll talk to that bitch. Who cares if she says no? They bring out the worst in you because you don't give a fuck anymore. Because what used to happen evolutionarily is when large groups of men got together, you charged at the enemy. That's what you did. You ran at the spears. Even in World War I, World War II, they ran at machine guns screaming over the trenches. When men get together, there's a magical force that makes us feel brave, makes us feel powerful. So you should be around other men that make you feel that way. There ain't a bitch alive who can drag me down. You can't make me sad. I'm with my team. Then I'm going to go up to my boys and go, well, she had nice tits, man. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So most of these pussies are hanging around pussies wondering why they're pussies. You deserve it. You need to create your reality. You don't even need to be brave enough to become brave by yourself. You need to be around men who are already brave. And you need to have enough self-respect to not embarrass yourself like Tommy Fury, like a little punk. You understand what I'm saying? You need to.
He has a good point. I think about that when I was coming up. I was around a lot of brave men. We were in the streets. It was what it was. I was around a lot of brave men. This is before and after the military. I'm talking about in the streets. Some of us, we're not even here anymore. You know what I mean? So he's right. I didn't even realize that until he said that. But he is absolutely right. And this is why Andrew Tate is taking over the internet. He is leading from the front. He is simply putting it out there for people to think about, taking into their minds and try to figure it out. Right? Simple as that. You just have to wrap you gotta wrap your mind around it, man. You have to. You have to think the old think tank, right? That's what I always say.
Think tank. Arch. Nothing gets past the old think tank.
That's how you got to be. Don't let it get past the old think tank. And I think this was the episode when I first heard him say resist the slave mind. He goes in later on this episode and he's talking about you must resist the slave mind. He's talking about how people are trying to make you think a certain way. You must resist that. Shout out to Andrew Tate. You know what I mean? Shout out to Andrew Tate. Taking over the internet. So, that's all I got for today, y'all, on this one. I'm going to be on this theme for a minute. Like I said, the next time you guys see me, I might be talking about men versus males in America, right? We have this epidemic of cowardly dudes running around, cowardice that's going on out here. We have men afraid to be men. No one wants to be toxic in their masculinity. We have men of outright refusing to approach women, and women are getting mad. Guys won't even come talk to me. Right? They don't know why. Guys don't have any game. But luckily for all you bottom 80 dudes, you got cats like Andrew Tate. Listen to what he's saying. Pay attention to what he's saying. You ain't got to like the man, but listen to it. Listen to it. Think on it. Right? See if there isn't some sort of truth in his words and his wisdom. Right? Even for, like, I'm older, but there's a lot of gems there. There's a lot of gems there. And for these young men, this is what they need to hear. They need some sort of leadership. So thanks for rocking out with me, y'all. It's been fun. You know what I mean? Like I said, I hope you're having a good Monday. I got some shows lined up for you this week. I'm going to be on Wednesday talking. I'm going to have me, Jay Swans, and we're going to have his buddy, the Devil Dog, is going to be on. And we're going to be talking about training in the United States military. Has it gotten soft? Over the years, we're going to be talking about that. I have Brother Jason's going to be on Wednesday morning talking about credit, the importance of credit, why credit is important, what do you need to do to maintain the credit and all that kind of stuff. And men versus males, that's going to be coming up this week as well. And I'm trying to get a couple interviews set up. I'm trying to get Slow Jams. She's real busy right now, but I'm trying to get Slow Jams on here and Miss Nina the Pineapple. You know what I mean? We get those shows lined up. You definitely don't want to miss those. But thanks so much for rocking with me. Brother Doug, social media and technology has killed social skills. Absolutely. People don't go outside anymore. They don't know how to act. I will definitely be speaking on that because that plays a big part in what's going on. So thanks for rocking with me, y'all. I'm DL Saint. This is the DL Saint I Really Want to Know podcast. I'll talk to y'all later. Peace.